My last vanilla Swiss roll was such a hit, so today I'm making a chocolate version, and of course just like the vanilla one. This one is crack-free too because it's soft and flexible. On top of that, I will be filling it with a Mocha Mascarpone cream that's light and creamy with a beautiful balance of cocoa and coffee that pairs perfectly with the chocolate sponge. Alright, let's bake. These are the ingredients you will need, and you can find the full recipe linked in the description box below. Let's start by lining the pan. I'm using a 9 by 13 inch baking pan and lining it with a reusable non-stick baking sheet. This ensures the cake releases easily when we peel it off and the surface stays clean and smooth. Next, preheat the oven to 160 degrees Celsius. And now for the most important part, separate the eggs. Place the egg whites in a large mixing bowl and the yolks in a smaller one. Then pop the whites into the fridge to chill. Cold egg whites whip up more stable and give us better structure for our Swiss roll. First, heat the oil in the microwave for about 45 seconds to a minute. We want it hot, but not smoking. Then we use it to bloom the cocoa powder. This step not only brings out a deeper chocolate flavor, but also hydrates the cocoa, so it incorporates smoothly into the batter, helping our sponge stay soft, flexible, and perfectly moist. Add the milk and mix them together until fully emulsified. You should see no oil floating on top. This ensures the fat is evenly distributed. Add the vanilla extract. A good quality vanilla really makes a difference and brings out the best flavor in your sponge. Next, sieve in the dry ingredients, the flour and salt. Sifting removes any lumps and helps distribute everything evenly. Gently mix with the whisk until the batter is smooth and well combined. You might notice the batter is a little thick at this stage, but it will loosen once the yolks go in. Gently whisk until everything comes together. Now move on to the egg whites. Add the lemon juice. Start whisking at medium speed until foamy. Then gradually add the sugar in 3 stages, giving it about 30 seconds after each addition so the sugar can dissolve properly. Once all the sugar is added, turn on the mixer to high speed. For your reference, mine is at 5 out of 7 speeds. Whip until you see significant trim marks on the surface. Then reduce the mixer to low speed. Mine is at 2 now, and continue whipping for another 10 to 15 seconds. This helps reduce the large air bubbles inside so we can achieve a smooth and stable meringue with fine, even bubbles. We are aiming for medium peaks. That means when you lift the whisk, the meringue should hold a soft, curled tip rather than standing stiff. And that's exactly what we want. Now scoop 1/3 of the meringue into the cake batter. Use a whisk to mix it in completely. This step lightens the batter and makes it easier to combine with the rest of the meringue. Then pour the mixture back into the remaining meringue and continue mixing gently with your whisk until fully incorporated. Finally, use a spatula to scrape along the bottom and sides of the bowl, then give it one last gentle mix to ensure everything is evenly combined. You will know the batter is ready when it turns pale and looks cohesive. It should flow slowly and smoothly off your spatula without being too runny or too stiff. Pour the batter into the lined baking pan. As you can see, the batter is thick but still flows slowly, holding its shape for a moment before settling. That's exactly the consistency we are looking for. Gently shake the pan to allow the batter to level out on its own, especially in the 4 corners. Then use a cake scraper to smooth the surface and help level it evenly. Finally, lift the pan a few inches and tap it firmly against the work surface to release any trapped air bubbles. Bake the cake in the preheated oven for about 15 minutes. Place it in the middle rack so that the top and the bottom receive even heat. Once the cake is done, remove it from the oven. Transfer it to a wire rack and gently peel off the baking sheet around the sides. When the cake is cool to the touch, but not completely cold, place a sheet of parchment paper on top and carefully flip it over. Gently peel off the baking sheet. Since the side is flat and smooth, perfect for the outside of the roll, let's flip it over again. Lightly score the end of the cake with 3 shallow lines to help the center roll up nicely. Just be careful not to cut through the sponge. Now let's roll the cake while it's still warm to set its shape, which helps prevent cracking later. Place something heavy at the end of the parchment paper to secure it. Position a rolling pin underneath the parchment, then gently roll the cake forward with the help of the rolling pin until you reach the end. Next, use a cake scraper to tuck the top parchment paper while pulling the paper underneath the cake. This helps shape the cake into a neat log. Finally, roll the cake with it and wrap it in a kitchen towel to keep it moist. Leave it on the countertop to cool. To make the mocha filling, add the cream to a saucepan together with the vanilla extract and coffee powder. Heat it gently. We only want to warm the cream enough to dissolve the coffee, not boil it. Stir until the coffee is fully dissolved. Remove from the heat, pour it into a bowl, and let it cool slightly before placing it in the fridge to chill completely. While it is chilling, sieve the cocoa powder into the icing sugar. This removes any lumps and makes it easier to blend with the rest of the ingredients. Then add the salt to balance and enhance the flavor. Place the chilled mascarpone cheese in the mixing bowl of a stand mixer and add the cocoa sugar mixture. Use a spatula to roughly combine them first. This helps prevent the sugar from flying everywhere. Then let the mixer do the rest. Place the bowl on the stand mixer, attach the whisk, and let it mix on medium-low speed until everything is well combined. While the mixer is still running, slowly add the chilled coffee-infused cream. You may need to stop the mixer occasionally to scrape down the bottom of the bowl and make sure everything is well incorporated. Then continue whisking until you see noticeable trails on the surface. Stop to check that the mixture is smooth, thick, and has a texture similar to ice cream. Just like that. Chill it until you are ready to use it. Now the cake is cool enough to feel. If the cake is still warm, the cream will melt. On the other hand, if you wait too long, the cake can dry out and become more likely to crack. Let's have a look. It's so soft and light. I'm really happy with how this turned out. Add a generous amount of cream along the center first. This helps prevent a hollow Swiss roll, then spread the rest evenly over the cake. Once you are happy with the filling, gently roll it back into a log, tucking the top in while pulling the bottom sheet to help shape the cake. Finally, chill it for about 30 minutes to set. Place the rest of the cream into a piping bag for decorating the cake later, but if you are not planning to decorate, you can simply leave it as it is and skip this step. The cake has been chilled for about 30 minutes. It looks so good and smells incredible. Honestly, I'm already happy to serve it. I just need to trim off both ends to make it look neat. But why not make it even prettier? Alright, let's do it. It's rich, indulgent, and timeless, a chocolate treat that never fails to impress. The sponge is soft and flexible, rolling perfectly without a crack, while the Mocha Mascarpone cream is smooth and creamy, with a perfectly balanced blend of cocoa and coffee for that classic mocha flavor. Together, they create a bite that melts in your mouth with a decadent yet airy finish. I'm excited for you to try this recipe. Click the link in the description box below to get a full recipe, along with all my tips for making a perfect chocolate Swiss roll with Mocha Mascarpone cream filling. If you have got any questions, leave them in the comments. I would love to hear from you and I will answer them as soon as I see them. If you enjoyed this video or know someone who might like it too, don't forget to like and share it with them. And subscribe to my channel so we never miss a chance to bake together and you will be the first to see my new recipes when they are uploaded. If you loved this Swiss roll, I'm sure you will love this one too. Click the screen to watch it now. See you there. Bye for now.